Looks like there's about 30 of us. I think maybe some more people will be joining us throughout the session, but we'll go ahead and get rolling. My name is Tyler. I work on the VeeFriends social media team. I started working for VeeFriends in October, and VeeFriends was actually the first NFT project that I ever participated in. It was how I learned all about NFTs. VeeFriends launched back in May, and about a week prior to the launch, I knew absolutely nothing about NFTs. I'd been following Gary for a while and decided to join and dive into the VeeFriends launch. And from there, I really dove into the space, learned a ton. There's so much info to learn, and there's definitely a learning gap, which hopefully, this session will help everybody close, or at least get you to, first or second base in your NFT journey. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. You guys can see my screen. Just want to run you through the schedule for this week. So if you go here, let me drop this in the chat. This is our schedule for the education sessions. So here we are on Wednesday. If you look on Thursday, tomorrow at 7 p.m., we have a layer 2 discussion with the Immutable X team. If you have no idea what that means, don't be ashamed. It's layer 2 is a bit more of an advanced concept. But basically you can think of it like layer 1 is where the main NFTs are, where, VeeFriends is on layer 1, and then built on top of that is layer 2. So a platform called Immutable X is one that VeeFriends is very familiar with. And so we have some members of their team coming in to chat with our Discord. Let me drop the Discord link, veevee.com/Discord. Discord, if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a big group chat. It's where our entire community hangs out. There's about 325,000 people in there. So it can get pretty hectic. Gary's in there all the time, basically every single day. He's very active in there and always chatting up with the community. So that's where that session will take place. And then on Friday of this week, we have another session at 3:30, which will be very similar material to today. Today's session is recorded. It will be uploaded to the VeeFriends YouTube channel sometime this week. And then we have some instructional videos in here as well, which will also be uploaded to the VeeFriends YouTube. So, hopefully this will provide you with a good base layer, and then will prepare you to go off and do your own research and really learn everything there is to learn about the space. Okay, so what is an NFT? Maybe you guys have heard the term NFT, maybe you've heard Gary talking about it, but what does it actually mean? So NFT stands for non-fungible token, and non-fungible basically means that it can't be replicated or duplicated. It's authentic, it's indivisible, and it's basically a unique digital asset, which they exist in a variety of industries, from digital art to virtual real estate, collectibles, gaming. Almost every single industry that there is can have some kind of NFT integration alongside of it. So a really cool thing about NFTs is it uses the blockchain technology, which helps with proof of ownership and provenance. Provenance meaning that I can see all of the transaction history of each NFT. So it's all publicly available. The blockchain, you can think of like a public ledger for everything that happens with crypto and NFTs. So if Gary owned an NFT and then he sold it to someone who sold it to me, I could see that Gary used to own this NFT. So that's a really cool thing. Another, a common question that you'll hear about NFTs is, why can't I just right-click save it? Yeah, G, I think there's a few steps to go through the verification process on Discord. If you are still having issues, you can definitely hit up one of the admins in the VeeFriends chat and we can walk you through it. But a question that a lot of people ask about NFTs is, it's just a JPEG. Why can't I just right click save it? Why would you buy it? And there's a few answers to that. One, you can right click save it, but it's not really yours. You can go to the blockchain and verify who owns each NFT. Sorry about that. And then there's different benefits to actually owning the NFT. So there's something called utility, which integrates with NFTs, which is basically the benefit to owning it. So different use cases. So for example, VeeFriends has a utility built in where if you own a VeeFriends NFT, a VeeFriends Series 1, which was the collection that launched in May, then you would get access to 3 years of a mega conference that Gary's throwing called VCon. And the only way to get a ticket for free is to own a VeeFriends Series 1. So, you know, if you right-click save someone's VeeFriends, that's cool. You can save the picture, but you actually don't own it and you don't get those benefits to actually holding that token. Okay, so to own an NFT, you need a crypto wallet. A crypto wallet, you can think of like your digital bank account. Everything in crypto and NFTs is digital. So this is where your funds will live, and this is what will allow you to purchase and interact with NFTs. Each wallet has something called a secret phrase. This is by far the most important piece of security information that there is in NFTs and crypto is your secret phrase. And you can think of this like your bank PIN or your social security number. This is something that you never ever want to share with anybody. You never want to share or store it anywhere digitally, like your Apple Notes or your favorite password app, because you don't want to be liable in case there's some kind of data leak. Because basically, if you have access to the secret phrase, you have access to every single asset in that wallet, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can transfer it out, you can sell it, you can take all the money. So basically anyone who has possession of that secret phrase can input it into a computer. They have full access to the wallet. So that is definitely the most important piece of information. We're going to continue to harp that throughout this presentation of how important the seed phrase or secret phrase, they're the same thing, how important that is. So some different popular wallets. So there's two types of wallets. There's hot wallets, which are software wallets, which is the one that we'll be showing you how to install today. And then there's cold wallets, or also referred to as hardware wallets. So if you look at my picture, you can see I'm holding up, this is a hardware wallet. It looks kind of like a USB device, but it doesn't function the same way. This one is a ledger. We'll be talking a little bit about that later. But basically hardware wallets, they add a little bit of security and some different benefits to having one. So the main hot wallet or software wallet that we'll be talking about is Metamask. That's the one that I use. It's the one that basically the entire VeeFriends team uses. It's the most universal. It's easily accessible. It's easy to use. It's secure. And that's what we'll be showing you today. There are some other ones that you might have heard of, like the Coinbase wallet, Wallet Connect, Rainbow Wallet, or Trust Wallet. I think these all have different pros and cons, but the one that we recommend is MetaMask. Different popular hardware wallets or cold wallets. I just showed you a ledger. There's also Trezor, which is a popular brand. We won't be diving too deep into hardware wallets today because they're a bit more of an advanced concept, but something to know if you are looking to purchase a hardware wallet is you only want to buy it from the manufacturer's website. You don't want to do it from a third party like an Amazon or Best Buy. The reason for this is when you purchase a hardware wallet, it comes with a secret phrase attached to that wallet. And there is a chance that if you buy from Amazon, you know, maybe an Amazon employee opened up the package, they got the seed phrase, and then they resealed it. So again, the seed phrase is the most important piece of that wallet. So you always want to be making sure you're extra careful with it. So desktop versus mobile. Today, we're going to be showing you everything on desktop. We recommend basically doing everything on desktop with NFTs or crypto. It's just a better user experience. It's easier to navigate. Everything just flows better on desktop. You can use mobile. There's some different mobile applications. I know like MetaMask, the wallet has a mobile application, but it's a little bit more of an expert mode. So today we recommend everything on desktop. Okay, so this video here is going to show you how to set up a crypto wallet, a MetaMask step-by-step. We ask that you follow along, and you know, if you want to, you can set up your wallet right alongside Joe here, who's going to show you how to do it. And if not, then this video is on YouTube. You can come back to this anytime you want. It's on the VeeFriends YouTube channel.
Today we're going to learn how to download and add the Metamask wallet extension to our Google Chrome browser. We're going to use Metamask because it's the most widely used wallet. There's other wallets available, but for our demonstration purposes, Metamask is what we chose. So the first thing we're going to do is go to metamask.io, which is the website that you can download the extension. Always double check the URL whenever you're downloading or connecting your wallet to any site. We're very early into Web 3.0, and one of the exploits that people use is creating a site that looks almost identical to a site that you're trying to go to, and then being able to exploit you that way. So make sure it's the correct URL, the correct .io, not .com or .org in circumstances. So we're at metamask.io, which is proper, and we're going to go to the top right, and we're going to hit download. You can see the supported browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Brave, and Edge. We're going with the most user-friendly in my experience, which is going to be Chrome. You can see that on the top, it is already prompted us to use Chrome. There's a tab for iOS and Android, but once again, we're going to go with the easiest, which is going to be Chrome on our desktop. They do have mobile, but it is it's less buggy and it's a much easier experience with desktop and Chrome. So that's what we're suggesting here. So it's going to say install MetaMask for Chrome. And it's going to bring us to the Chrome Web Store. And we want to add to Chrome. And we want to make sure it's the correct one, which it is. And you'll see a video on the bottom from the MetaMask team, and we always suggest getting as much information as possible. And add the extension. So we can navigate away from the Chrome store, see the extensions tab, and we want to actually add it to the top bar. So we'll click that and then pin it. And now you can see the cute little fox on the top right there. So once we click there, we want to open up the MetaMask site, and you'll be able to see that we go to MetaMask and that we can get started. But first, check out that the fox will follow our mouse. So get started. And here you have two options. We're going to use yes, let's get set up. That's for someone with no wallet or anything like that. The other option, no, I already have a secret recovery phrase, is if you've already set up a wallet, which for our purposes, you have not. So let's get set up. Help us improve MetaMask. I would read through this, do your own research. It's not going to be giving your information, exposing you in any way. So I clicked agree, but check it out and read it yourself. We'll create a password. And with this password, I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. I don't like to keep my passwords or recovery phrase on my computer. We'll get to that in the security section, but let's click that and move forward. So now that we have this password, we're going to go to secure your wallet here. So let's take a little bit of time to talk about what a secret recovery phrase is. It's a 12-word phrase that is your master key to your wallet and your funds. So I can't stress how important the secret recovery phrase is. Everyone wants it. Every scammer is going to be trying to get it. You might hear seed phrase. It was called seed phrase before secret recovery phrase, but it's basically the same terminology. So you're going to be writing this down on a piece of paper, not keeping it on your computer because it can get exploited. And I'd write it on a couple of pieces of paper and put it in a couple of different places. And then you would want to watch this video and read the information on this little tab. But I want to stress how important it is. It's your bank information. It's your social security number. It's if they have access to your wallet and your seed recovery phrase, they have access to everything in your wallet and all your NFTs, all your funds, And hopefully all your NFTs are going to be valuable and precious to you. So we want to make sure that you're as safe as possible. And let's hit next. So secret recovery phrase, once we click here, for our purposes, we'll show it because this is just kind of a test. But once we click this, it shows you the 12 words, the holy grail of your password. So make sure you write this down on a piece of paper a couple of times exactly in the order that it is. If you lose this, you lose everything. And if you give this up, you give up everything. So I'm hoping that I am stressing this enough for you. We want to write this stuff down. We're going to need that. But some tips on the right. Store this phrase in a password manager. Like I would not do that. Write this on a piece of paper. I would do that. Memorize this phrase. I have people that memorize it. Just be careful. If you memorize it, you might be quick to use it. So you always want your brain to always know if someone asks for that, you want everything to come to a screeching halt. But here, let's confirm that exactly how we saw it on the page before. And I'll take this time to continually stress how important the secret recovery phrase is. So, always make sure that you're keeping it safe, please. We will talk about it in security, but like pretty much no one will ever ask you for your secret recovery phrase. A website will not ask you. So if any website does, even if it's Firefox, there's potentially an exploit there. Everything should come to a complete halt in your mind, and you want to reset and make sure everything is safe. Never give it up. So congratulations. You've downloaded and added the extension to Google Chrome. You've done it. You now have a wallet, and we're very, very proud. So read through all the information, and we want to click I'm done here, and then we'll go check out the wallet a little bit. So it's just saying what's new. They're talking a little bit about where transactions are easier to read. But in your wallet, you're basically going to be looking at your options here: buy, send, swap. Those are all going to be like kind of third-party, things. But the most important, I would say, is under account 1 is going to be your public wallet address, which you're going to be giving that to people that you want to send money to, or if they want to send you something. It's not a secret or anything like that. You can give that out pretty regularly, and it's not a problem. But let's go to buy. You can deposit ETH through here. Like I said, these are third-party apps, so we'll go over that a little bit. But send, you would put in, if you wanted to send money to somebody like me, you could put my wallet address in there. And then if you want to swap ETH for a different token, you can as well there. So those are basically the pretty standard options.
Okay, cool. So that is how you set up a Metamask crypto wallet. So now I'm going to quiz you a little bit. We'll see how much you were paying attention. So your public wallet address, if you guys want to open the chat and just give me a yes or no, your public wallet address, is that something that you should share with anybody? Your public wallet. Yes, okay, all yeses. Nice, looks like you guys were paying attention. Yes, let's go. Okay, your secret recovery phrase, is that something you should share with anybody? No, amazing. Okay, I think we were pretty clear with that. Looks like everyone's got it. Unless it's grandma. Jeff, I don't even know if I would trust my grandma with it, Grandma has bad memory, no way. Yeah, I mean, you trust your grandma, but if you have an NFT worth a lot of money, how much do you trust her, It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Today we're going to learn how to download.
Cool. Okay. So now that you've got your your wallet all set up, now it's time to buy Ethereum, which is cryptocurrency, crypto money, digital money. Ethereum is the one that we'll be using to buy NFTs. It's the one that is basically the gold standard at this point. You might have heard of Bitcoin. You don't buy Bitcoin, or you don't buy NFTs with Bitcoin, you buy it with Ethereum. And where do you go to do that? You do it on Coinbase. So Coinbase is a platform called an exchange, which basically inputs your fiat currency or your local currency. So for me, it would be US dollars, and then helps you convert it into cryptocurrency for you to use on the blockchain and to buy NFTs. So Coinbase is the one that will be showing you how to set up. But there are some other ones like Binance, Gemini, and PayPal. And these kind of depend on your local regulations on, some of these platforms. I know Binance isn't available where I am, so I use Coinbase, but it might be the reverse. So definitely recommend doing some research on that and seeing what is available to you and what your options are.
Hello, today we're going.
All right, so we'll be showing you how to set up a Coinbase account. I'm going to kind of skip through this as Joe sets up a Coinbase account from scratch. So what he would do is go to coinbase.com. He's going to go to sign up because he doesn't have an account yet. And then it's just going to be basically the same setup process as you would have, with opening any account. But with Coinbase and different exchanges, there are some extra steps that you need to take in addition to just setting up your email and your password. So there's some different verification steps. You got free $5 in Bitcoin for signing up. He's going to verify his email address. That's the first step. And what he's going to do here is he's going to verify that this email is coming from the right place. So there are, phishing scams have been around for a while through email. They're kind of resurfacing with NFTs and crypto because there's a lot of newcomers to crypto who they're just used to email, so they fully trust it. But there are some bad actors who will send you an email from a fake site with a fake link asking you to connect your wallet or give it authorization, which can lead to a scam. So always want to make sure that you're going to the right URLs and that you're verifying email addresses that you're receiving anything from. If there's a link that you need to click, you always want to be extra careful. Okay, so he's going to set up his phone for two-factor authentication. He's going to verify his identity. So there's some different steps here with his source of funds, what he's using Coinbase for, his address. Because basically, Coinbase has a very thorough verification process because they need to make sure that you're a real human, not a robot, and that you have this money that you say you do, and that you'll be a good user of their platform. Okay, so his next step is to verify his identity through his photo ID, which you can see here in level 3. It'll show you kind of where he's at in the verification process and what his limits are. Okay, so now that he's got his account set up, he's ready to begin the process of setting up a payment method for him to buy crypto. So there's some different options here, and we have a detailed chart which will show you more of these options. But there's some different options for funding your Coinbase account, like your bank account, a standard bank account transfer. Yep, Catherine, you would link your bank account. You can also do PayPal, debit card. You can do for smaller transactions, and wire transfers they're a good option because they're quicker, and you can do you can invest large amounts at a time. So if you're trying to buy $50,000 worth of crypto, then wire transfers might be the way that you want to go. Okay, this is the chart I was talking about. So on Coinbase, when you buy cryptocurrency, there's different timelines associated with purchasing that crypto and being able to transfer it off of Coinbase into your wallet to be able to buy NFTs. So, a bank account transfer, it's an easy method to use, but it's a little bit slow because Coinbase needs to verify that you have those funds in your bank and verify that it's been transferred. So you're able to buy crypto right away on Coinbase, but you're not allowed to transfer it off of the platform for 3 to 5 business days. It can take 7 days sometimes. So bank account is a bit of a slower option. Wire transfer, like I said, is a bit faster. You can still do large amounts. And then there's some other options as well. So depending on your situation and your timeline, definitely recommend coming back to this chart, doing some research, and really deciding what the best payment method is for your Coinbase. I think he's just talking about the chart, so we're going to go ahead and move on. So now he's set up a Coinbase account. We're going to quiz again in the chat. So what cryptocurrency are we buying to use? Oh, that had the answer. What cryptocurrency are we buying to use to buy NFTs? ETH, okay, cool. Looks like we're all on the same page. So now Joe's going to run us through the process of buying Ethereum and transferring it into our MetaMask wallet. So he's going to go up here to buy/sell. It's going to pull up this screen and it's going to auto default to Bitcoin. We don't want to buy Bitcoin in this case. We want to buy Ethereum. So he's going to go ahead and change that. Okay, so it's going to pull up different options for him to buy. So Ethereum is the one that we're choosing. You can tell it's really Ethereum by its symbol here. Don't get it confused with Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, these different options. Ethereum is the one that we'll be using. John, why not Sol? Yeah, Sol it's good in its own ways. Ethereum has a bit more infrastructure built out. It's kind of the gold standard at this point. Many of the most popular NFT projects are on Ethereum, so that's why we're using Ethereum in this case. But it doesn't mean that Solana or other blockchains are bad. There's just different pros and cons and use cases for them. All right, so just going to input the amount of US dollars worth of Ethereum that he wants to purchase. It's going to show him the preview. So here it'll show him the Ethereum price at the time for 1 Ethereum is $3,246. It's right around there now. So he put in 250. That's going to net him 0.076 worth of Ethereum. Okay, his order has been submitted. He's going to go ahead and refresh, and you can see his portfolio balance has been updated. He has this Ethereum in his assets. And now it's time for him to transfer this Ethereum off of the platform into Coinbase. Or into MetaMask, sorry, from Coinbase to MetaMask. Okay, so he's going to pull up his MetaMask wallet, which we set up in the first video. So here he's going to go to his public wallet address. He's going to copy this address. So you can hover your mouse over it and just click and it will copy the address because it's a lot of numbers and letters all in random succession. So you don't want to try to memorize it or just do it by looking at it, because if you input the incorrect address and you hit send, then that send is final. There's no takebacks, there's no do-over button. So you always want to make sure that you're using the correct public wallet address. So he's going to paste that here in the to section. He's going to come back and just verify. You can always verify the last 4 characters. You can see them here, and then the first 5, just to make sure that's the right address. Okay, he's going to go ahead and send it. He's going to do the 2-factor authentication through his phone, and he's going to hit done. So something to note is this transfer can take a few minutes at a time, depending on the network speed and the network congestion at the time. So you'll see it's been transferred off of Coinbase, but it hasn't arrived in your MetaMask. So don't panic, just give it some time and be a little patient. It will arrive as long as it's sent to the correct address. You can see that in his activity in his MetaMask that he's received this crypto. It's been updated in his balance in his wallet. It'll show the US dollar equivalent of that Ethereum. You can see he's got 0.1113. And that is how you transfer your Ethereum into your crypto wallet. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this chart is just showing all those timelines associated with buying Ethereum and being able to actually make that transfer off of the platform into your wallet. So recommend coming back to this as you're doing your own research. Again, all of these materials are publicly available to you guys through the blog post that led you here. I can actually go ahead and reshare that. So here's the blog. Link to the PowerPoint is right there. So you recommend bookmarking that for later and following this along as you're getting set up. Okay, so how to buy an actual NFT. So we're going to be showing you how to do it on the secondary market, which is OpenSea, which is basically the eBay for NFTs. So typically how NFT launches work is their primary launch, also referred to as their mint. You'll hear this word mint used a lot. Those happen on the project's website. So when VeeFriends launched in May, it happened on VeeFriends.com. That's where you minted or purchased the NFT, and then it's in your wallet, and then you're able to then resell that on OpenSea. And then after it sells out, all of the market attention goes to OpenSea to buy and sell and trade and stuff. So whenever you go to OpenSea, the first thing you always want to do is triple check the URL. So again, URLs and different links are super important right now in Web3 and NFTs, just from a scam prevention and safety standpoint. So OpenSea.io, this is the correct URL. You see some, VeeFriends.com is our official URL. .io is kind of used in crypto very frequently. .art. So these different things, if it's OpenSea.com, that's not the right URL. So you always want to make sure you're going to the right one. So here you can just kind of explore the page and get to know some different projects that are out there, what's been trending. And then you're going to go ahead and connect your wallet to OpenSea, which will allow you to spend your crypto on OpenSea. I can go here to these three dots and go to connected sites. I can see that I'm connected to OpenSea. If I wanted to disconnect for any reason, I can just hit that try scan and disconnect. And then how to find collections. So I'm just showing you VeeFriends here. We have the blue verified check mark. This is the only verified VeeFriends collection. We also have VeeFriends mini drops, which is a sub collection. So always look for these blue check marks because there are some fake and some scam collections out there that will try to trick you. So always make sure you're using official links. You can find those in our Discord as well. In this case, I'm not buying from a verified collection because I've gone ahead and done my research ahead of time. I know that this is the one I want to buy from. I'm going to click into it and it will bring me to the collection page. So there's some different pieces of information here that are important and that you'll see come up a lot in NFTs. So one is the number of owners. So the total number of unique wallet addresses that hold one of these NFTs. So there's 1.5 thousand in this collection out of 3.2K items. So roughly 50%, it's pretty good. The floor price, this is something that you'll hear very often in NFTs is the floor or the floor price, which is basically the lowest point of entry into a collection. So it's the lowest listed buy now, lowest listed NFT for buy now in that collection. So in this case, it's 0.037 Ethereum. Nope, Catherine. So this means the 1.5K is the number of owners that own these 3.2K items. So there's 1,500 people basically that own the 3,200 NFTs. Will I be able to sell anything? Will people buy? Okay, you don't have to be a verified profile to sell anything. But for bigger collections, you typically do get the verified check mark because there's a lot of traffic and a lot of people going to those. You don't necessarily have to be verified. There's some different steps to actually get verified where you have to go through OpenSea. You have to sell a certain amount of Ethereum on the secondary market. So it can be hard to get verified. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so there's some different filters, just like there would be on Amazon or eBay for you to go through while you're shopping for NFTs. You can filter by price, low to high. Jamie, it's a great question. Let's dive into that when we do Q&A. After this presentation, we're going to do Q&A. Make sure you raise your hand, and then I can give you an answer that will help you figure out that question. Okay, so I'm going to select the NFT I want. In this case, I'm selecting this one. I'm going to speed up a little bit just so we have more time for Q&A. Okay, so this is the page where I would actually go to buy the NFT. I'm going to hit buy now. I'm just going to show you around the page a little bit. So earlier in the presentation, I was talking about how NFTs have a clear proof of ownership, and you can see all the transaction history. Here's where you go to do that. So I can see every wallet that's owned it, if it's been transferred, if he sold it, if other people have owned it, when it was created. I can see all of that right here. And I'm going to skip over this. All right, so I hit the buy now button. I'm just verifying the price. I'm going to hit confirm checkout. And then it will trigger Metamask to pop up. So it's going to show me a few things here. The first thing is the gas fee. So gas is something that is very important to understand in Ethereum and NFTs. So gas, you can think of like a network transaction fee, and the price of gas is volatile. So it depends on the amount of network activity at the time, and how many transactions are being requested for approval, basically. So if there's a lot of people trying to buy and sell or have transactions go through, then the price of gas will be higher. And then vice versa, if there's not that much activity, the price of gas will be lower. So in this case, it's $103. It's decently high. I've seen it fluctuate anywhere from $20 to $800. So it can get pretty crazy and on very busy times. So you always want to double check this, because if you're going to buy an NFT, you don't only need to account for the price of it, you also need to account for gas. So it'll show me total price here. Once I'm okay with that, I'm going to hit confirm. It's going to process. This can take a few minutes depending on the amount of gas. Yeah, Catherine, gas is definitely expensive. But it can vary depending on traffic. It can be $20, it can be $200. Okay, so in this case, I purchased the NFT, it's mine. I can go to my profile on OpenSea. I can see it's in my wallet now, I own it. If I clicked into it, I can see that it's owned by me. I can see the funds have been subtracted and I own it. So now that I purchased this NFT, I can do whatever I want with it. I can resell it. I can send it to a friend. I can hold on to it and reap the benefits of owning it. So there's a lot of different things. So after you buy an NFT, how do you see it? So this is a good question. So you'll want to go to your MetaMask, copy your public wallet address, and then there's some different places you can go to actually view your NFTs. MetaMask, the wallet itself, isn't the easiest to view your NFTs. So you'll want to go back to OpenSea. You can input your wallet address and then search that way. Rainbow Wallet is an easy way on mobile. This is an app that you can download. So remember this Rainbow Wallet, that's what I use just to view them real quick. This video here is going to show you how to set up a hardware wallet. We're not going to watch this today because it's a bit more advanced, but just want you to know that this resource is here for you. One of our moderators, David, in the VeeFriends Discord, put together this great, I think it's like an hour-long video which gives you step-by-step on everything hardware wallets. So he knows a lot about them, and it's really informative. Okay, safety and vigilance in Web3. This is super important. Most of you guys here are first timers in NFTs and learning about Web3, which is amazing, but there are some bad actors who try to take advantage of the newcomers in the space. So there's a lot of scams in the space right now. So you always want to be extra careful and making sure that you're taking care of your assets. So, kind of going by the mindset of if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. So these are the email phishing scams that I was talking about earlier. These are some fake emails that have been sent out, looking like you want to give away, or it's time to mint, like now's your opportunity, only 200 left. These kind of things that try to get you to react without even thinking. And then you click a link, you connect your wallet, and then all of a sudden they have full access to it. And then you get scammed. So that's something that we never want to have happen to you. So always want to make sure we're extra careful with URLs, clicking any links. You basically never want to click links in Discord DMs or on social. Always want to type it in yourself. A good strategy is to just bookmark the links that you're going to go to. So if you want to bookmark OpenSea, OpenSea.io, then you never have to type it in again. You never have to Google it. Then you can just click the bookmark and you'll be good to go. There's some fake social media accounts impersonating VeeFriends. Always make sure it's the verified account with the blue check mark on social. This is another, fake email phishing scam. Basically, we're almost never going to email you unless we have something urgent that we need to contact you about. But we're never going to email you saying, it's time to mint or it's time to buy this. We'll only do that through official channels like social media or Discord. Another important point is, a lot of people, when they get started in NFTs, they try to figure out what do they want to buy, and they base it off what Gary owns. But that's actually not the best strategy, because let me pull up Gary's wallet here. So like I said, everything is publicly accessible. I can see everything Gary owns. Although anyone can send him an NFT and make it look like he bought it. So all of these NFTs here, you can see that are unverified collections. These are all fake NFTs. They're trying to trick people into thinking Gary bought them. So then they would make their buying decisions based off that. So I can go to activity. I can see that all these airdrops and things that were sent to Gary, it looks like he minted them, but he actually didn't. If Gary is buying an NFT, he'll be very public about it. So you basically never want to make your buying decisions off of what other people are doing, because you don't know why they're doing it or if it actually is them that's doing it. So important point there. This actually links out to an article that his team wrote, which can provide some more context on that. And then this will show you, this gives you some more articles to do some reading on and do your own research. This hopefully got you to first or second base in NFTs and just understanding what they are, but there's a lot of research that comes with it. I've been full-time in NFT since May, and I'm still learning about the space. So there's a lot to learn, and new scams are popping up daily. So you want to always making sure that you're continuing to do research. These articles will get you to a good spot. And then, yeah, we would love to hear from you. What you thought of the session on social media. If you tag us at VeeFriends, I work on the social media team, so I will see that. And then here, links to our Discord. If you click this, garyvee.com/Discord is how you get there. We'd love to have you in our community. You don't need to own a VeeFriend or an NFT to join. It's just, it's a good spot to be informed, connect with new people, network, and get to know the space. So that's basically it for the presentation. The only thing that I could run through, this blog post, let me drop here in the chat, has some good info on scams and fake accounts. If you guys want to learn more about VeeFriends Series 2, I'd be happy to talk more about that. You can let me know in the chat, or we can just jump right to Q&A, and then we can hammer out some questions. Okay, cool. Let me stop sharing. And then if you guys have questions, you can go ahead and use the reaction button and raise your hand, and then I can ask you to unmute, and then we can go on one by one. Catherine, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute. You've had some good questions in the chat. I appreciate that.
Listen, thank you so much for everything you're doing for us. I really appreciate it. So I'm preparing a music artist indie NFT drop, and I wanted to know, I want to make sure that the artist is so protected from a legal standpoint or from a scam standpoint. Do you recommend like insurance, or how does it work?
I don't think there really is insurance at this point. That's kind of it's the beauty of decentralization and of the NFT space, but it's also one of the risks is, you know, everything is permanent, everything's final, there's no do-overs, and there's no real insurance. So basically the way that you help them protect themselves is by doing a lot of research, learning about the best security practices, you know, attending sessions like this, and then really setting them up for success in teaching them about best security practices and making them aware of all the different scams.
Is there any reason, I'm not asking for investment advice. Is there any reason something like this could backfire on them for any reason? Like if buyers bought their NFTs at some rate and then it went up or down on the market or whatever, could it adversely affect the artist in any way or the value of their NFT? Thank you.
So the artist they're launching their own NFT? Hopefully, ask you to mute.
Yeah, the music artist is launching. First, we wanted to try retail, but then we'd like to go into music. But for the moment, we just want to test it out. Is there any like flip on it and an investment standpoint that could hurt the team or the collection by prices changing or what have you?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. There's two things to that. So anytime you launch an NFT project, you're basically putting your reputation on the line. And making sure that you're doing it in the right way. So, you know, a lot of times when Gary entered the NFT space, some people were like, you've been so careful to do this, to protect your reputation for so long. Why would you jump into this space? Because the price can be so volatile. It can be so money driven. And he knows that he's going to be in this space for the rest of his life. So he wanted to dive in and really learn about it. But you are putting your reputation on the line. And so there's a lot of risk, I would say, that comes with that, and just making sure that you're executing in the right way, where you're doing right by the people who are buying your NFTs, trying to provide value to them wherever you can, and then just doing everything you can to communicate and to show to people that it's not financially driven, it's not a money grab, it's
Yes. Okay.
a bigger value add.
Thank you. Got it.
Cool. Thank you. All right, Siv.
Hi there. I was wondering about the book games and the Series 2 launch.
Okay.
So I think, as I understood it, you don't have to have book games to be able to purchase Series 2, or do you have to have book games?
You don't have to.
Yeah.
So the way that, let me actually pull up this blog, I can show you. But the way that Series 2 will work is it's easy, I should just show you. Okay, so this blog here, I'm going to share this link in the chat. So this is Series 2, so maybe you've seen VeeFriends characters and you seem to know about book games in Series 2. So you can see that the artwork is changing for Series 2. They're becoming more cartoonish and lifelike. Let me go down here. So this will show you how the Series 2 launch is going to work. So there's 55,555 total supply. 10,255 of that go to VeeFriends Series 1 holders. They get that for free. 32,000 are allocated to the friends list, which is basically the whitelist, allow list, pre-sale list, whatever you want to call it. And the only way to get on that is to own book games tokens. And then you have basically each token has about a 1 in 4 chance of getting selected to be on the friends list. So it's not a guarantee, but that's the only way to have an opportunity to get on the friends list. If you do receive a spot, then you're allowed to have 1 mint per spot that you have.
Okay.
If you don't own Book Games tokens, then
Yep.
the 10,000 supply in the general mint, we're also going to take whatever is left unminted from the series, the friends list supply. We're going to add that into the public mint as well. So there would be 10,000 at least for that, probably more. And for that, it's first come, first serve. It's going to launch at one time. Everyone's going to be able to buy it, and you don't need Book Games tokens for that.
Okay. And then, so then the launch, like when the actual launch would be, that's going to be on VeeFriends.com.
Correct. Yep. We'll have, you'll go to VeeFriends.com, and then we'll probably have a banner on site, which will redirect you to the actual mint URL.
Okay, cool. And then how would you know, let's say I do purchase a Book Games, how would I know if it was been chosen?
So on April 5th is the snapshot or the cutoff date for the friends list. And then we're going to have a wallet checker on the VeeFriends website where you can go in, you can type in your wallet address, and it will show you how many spots you won and if you won any spots.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Cool, thank you. All right, Naomi?
Yes, thank you. And thank you, first of all, for the presentation. It was really helpful and easy to understand.
Sure.
I was wondering if you guys are going to do another presentation on tendencies, knowing what to buy. For example, you gave a website, OpenSea in this case. I know that you have some information about how many people are buying or whatever they're buying, but are you guys going to give a presentation or thinking of giving one more in-depth about tendencies on what to buy?
I don't think so, just because the decision of what to buy and how much to spend is totally different on each person's situation. Depends on what you like, what you're looking to get out of NFTs. If you just want it as a collectible, if you want it for the utility that comes with it, if you want it just as an art piece because you think it looks cool. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Your budget. There's a lot of research that comes with learning about what NFT you want to buy and what you want to spend your money on. So I don't think we have plans of hosting sessions like that. It's kind of it's more decisions that each person will need to make for themselves.
Makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Cool, thank you. All right, Himesh.
Hey, thanks, Tyler. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
So I just wanted to clarify. I purchased my Book Games token through Token Trove. It shows up on my wallet address on there, but on my GaryVee.com account, even though my wallet address is linked, it doesn't show up in my collections.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't know if there was like an issue.
Yeah. So reason for this is Book Games tokens are on layer 2. And so they won't show in your Metamask or on VeeFriends.com. So the way to verify that you own them is to just go to Token Trove and then link your wallet, and you can see your NFTs.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I completely understand now. So once the friends list drops, you just have to essentially just have your wallet address available.
Yep. Yeah, there won't be any action required to enter the friends list to get an opportunity of being on the friends list. All you have to do is own the Book Games token. Because everything is publicly accessible, we can see every wallet address that owns Book Games tokens. We can pull that, and then we can run the randomizer and select the winners of the friends list.
Thank you so much for clarifying.
Cool, thank you. All right, Paolo.
Oh, Tyler, thank you so much for the presentation. Very helpful.
Yeah, sure thing.
I just have a question about the Book Games tokens. Are all Book Games tokens going to be in the drawing, or just those that are currently owned or purchased?
I believe it's just those that are currently owned, and then there will be some like Gary holds a few thousand. I think those won't be entered because he doesn't need those mint spots. I don't think any VeeFriends staff members' wallets will be entered. So there will be some that are excluded, but the ones that are out in circulation will all be entered.
Okay, so and just to understand like the difference, so the Book Games tokens will just give us the opportunity to mint early, like 12.5 days earlier, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah,
if
so
I
the
don't
mint
have
price-
one, the
Sorry,
mint price, exactly. No, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so the mint price will be just under $1,000. So roughly, $995 worth of Ethereum. At this point, it's probably a little bit over like 0.3 Ethereum roughly. We're going to price it very close to the time at launch based on the price of Ethereum. But we really want to make sure it's under $1,000 for everybody. So yeah, if you win a friends list spot, for every spot that you win, you get early access to mint one of those for about $1,000.
So what date is going to be the minting date? Is it the same date that I find out that my Book Games token was selected?
Nope, it'll be a different day. We haven't announced the exact timeline yet. There's still a lot of moving pieces. Things are being finalized on the tech side, and just a lot to still finalize. So we haven't announced the date yet, but it will be in April. We're hoping to be able to announce that soon, but it won't be the same day as the friends list drawing.
Oh, okay. So just to be clear, sorry if I'm being redundant, but
You're good.
April 5th is just a drawing then. It's just when I find out whether or not my Book Game token has been selected.
Yep. That's when we're
There's
taking the snapshot, running the randomizer, and that's when you'll be able to know. But there won't be any action required from you on April 5th.
Exactly. Okay. And then, so what happens 12 days after April 5th? Is that
So
when?
whenever the friends list minting starts, that'll run for 12.5 days. And then you'll be able to mint. You'll be able to mint at any time that you want based on gas and your schedule. You'll have plenty of time if you win a friends list spot to be able to mint your Series 2.
Oh, I see. So we'll have 20. Okay, I see. The date is not set yet, but you have about 12 days to do it once you find out that you're on the list. And if you're not on the list, you have to wait until the day. You don't have those 12 days. If you don't have a Book Game token.
Yeah, if you don't get on the friends list,
drawn,
then you have to wait until the public mint, which will be after the friends list mint.
I understand. Oh, all right. Thank you so much. Very helpful.
Cool. Thank you. All right, Jamie.
Hey, Tyler, I'm super new to the NFT space. Is there an application for NFTs for, say, online business classes?
Online business classes. Yeah, I think there's some different ways that you could go about it. You could do, so there's something in NFTs called a POAP, P-O-A-P. It stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol. And these are basically free NFTs that people can claim based on a secret word or a link that you provide them. So for say you're holding an online business class, you want to reward the people that show up, you can give them the link to the POAP, they can claim that NFT. And then that can be a collectible for them. Let's say your business class becomes the best in the world and people say, I had this NFT to basically show that I attended the class before it was a big deal. You could do it another way where it's basically like a membership pass where only people that own the NFT get access to the business class. You can maybe tier it where, the silver NFT gets you access to one session a week, or the gold NFT gives you access to all of them. You could tier it like a membership pass. So that could be two different ways to go about it.
Okay, thank you.
Cool, thank you. Oh, sorry. All right, John.
Hey, Tyler. I had a question. I know somebody touched on it earlier as far as the book games are concerned. I think I fully understand the reason why I can't see my book games token in my MetaMask wallet.
Yep.
But what's confusing me is that when I'm logged into the VeeFriends website, if I scroll to the very bottom of the book games page, it shows my immutable X and that I have a coin. But then if I scroll to the top of the page and click on my actual profile, it shows that I have 0 tokens in my collection.
Yeah, because so on the profile of VeeFriends.com, it's only pulling for VeeFriends Series 1 tokens. So it's not even looking for your book games or series or whatever other VeeFriends related tokens that you would have. So it would only show you if you had a VeeFriends Series 1 token. So I think, like I said earlier, like the easiest way that I found just to look at your book games tokens and to verify that you have them is to just go to tokentrove.com. You can link your wallet and then you can pull up your tokens there. Because there won't be any action required from you on VeeFriends.com with your book games tokens. Like there won't be anything that you need to verify that you have them on VeeFriends.com until, you know, maybe at some point in the mint of Series 2, if you're looking to exchange those for one of the 50 new characters or something like that. Does that kind of answer your question, Sean?
I think it does. Yeah, I was more concerned with. I mean, I basically just bought it last night so that I would have that option of possibly getting on the 12-day advance or 12 and a half day.
Yeah.
And so I was worried that because it wasn't reflecting on your website that I might not be entered into that drawing.
Yeah, it's a good concern. But you can rest assured that as long as you own it, we can pull all of the wallet addresses that own book games tokens, whether it's on layer 1 or layer 2, and all of those will be entered into the selection for friends list.
Okay, yeah, that answers my question because I can definitely see it in my wallet on Token Trove, so I think I'm good. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Sean. All right, Avi.
Yeah. So my question is, when I am selected in friend list, can I able to sell my book games?
After the snapshot date on April 5th?
Okay. So like there is no...
Was that your question?
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah. Yep, you'll be able to. So you hold book games tokens to be entered into the selection for friends list. After April 5th, after we run the selection, those book games tokens don't matter anymore for the friends list. Like you can sell them, you can transfer them to other wallets, because those mint spots for the friends list will be allocated to your wallet address, not to the specific book games token.
Okay, so right now I'm planning to buy some more book games. That's why.
Nice. Yeah, and I mean, you know, this isn't financial advice, but I've seen some people strategizing where, you know, they're buying book games tokens to try to give them a shot to get on the friends list. And then they plan on selling those book games tokens after the selection to basically use that money to mint their Series 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do.
Nice.
Like that's why it's called book games.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to play it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Does anyone have any other final questions? I know there was a question in the chat of why would you buy a JPEG? Let me see if I can find it. It was basically like, what's the point of NFTs and why would you buy it? So there's something with NFTs called utility. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but you guys might not have been here. So utility basically meaning the benefit to owning it. So like Avi was asking with his book games tokens, owning book games tokens gets you a shot at getting on the friends list. If you were to just right click save the picture of Avi's book games tokens, you can have that picture, but you're not entered into the friends list opportunity because you don't actually own it. So we can pull all of the wallet addresses that actually own it. And that would be the benefit to owning it. Very similar with VeeFriends and VCon. The only way to get a VCon NFT for free, this already happened, was to own a VeeFriends Series 1. Yeah, Avi, do you have another question?
Yeah, sorry to interview. One more question that if I own VeeFriends, like what is the benefit? Like any pre-announcement for benefit for VeeFriends Series 2, like VeeFriends 1?
Owning a VeeFriends Series 1 for VeeFriends Series 2?
Yeah, VeeFriends Series 2. Like if I own a VeeFriends Series 2, is there any benefit for that? Like if I own VeeFriends Series 1, I can get a VCon and Series 2 as well. So what's
there hasn't been a distinct utility announced for VeeFriends Series 2 yet. Gary has said that there will be a small utility baked into it, but we haven't released the final details on that.
Okay, so like it's to be announced, like.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cool, thank you.
Bye.
Unless there's any parting questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. This session was recorded. It'll be uploaded to the VeeFriends YouTube channel for you guys to come back to and rewatch as you're getting set up. We really appreciate you guys taking the hour out of your day to hang with us and jam on all things NFTs. Yeah, Adam dropped my social handle in the chat. I'm at Tyler Dowdle. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, ask me any questions, you can feel free to. If you want to join the VeeFriends Discord, this is where our entire community hangs out. Our whole staff is in here. Gary's in there very often. So that is how you would join, garyvee.com/discord. And lastly, if you want to shoot us a tweet on social, we are at VeeFriends. Let us know what you thought of the presentation. If you liked it, if you have any feedback for us, we'd be happy to know. Yeah, I'll let you guys have the rest of your day. I really appreciate you guys hanging with us and learning about NFTs. Hope you guys got some value from it. We have a open discussion in Discord on tomorrow at 7 p.m. with the Immutable X team. And then we have another education session on Friday at 3:30 Eastern time. Cool, thank you. Appreciate the kind words in the chat. Really appreciate you guys coming out and learning about NFTs. Appreciate you taking the time, and we will see you in the next session and in the Discord. Peace.